Hi guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Today I'm really excited about this video. I went to the Dollar Tree and got a crap ton of stuff. And I'm gonna do a full face of makeup with only products from the Dollar Tree. I've seen a lot of videos like this. I have never done one personally, so I am very excited. So as always, if you like my content, please give me a cheesy thumbs up. That really helps me know what content you guys like to see. And as always, if you want to join my little Jonesy fam, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I post twice a week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is walk you guys through everything I bought first, and then I'll zoom you guys in and we'll apply my face. So I'm gonna talk about setting sprays first. They're both from LA Colors. One is the Hydrating Face Mist. I got this in the scent Cucumber. And they also had a setting spray. So I will use that towards the end. Oh, as I drop it, I will use that at the end. Also, first things first that I am going to put on right now, it's the LA Colors. This is just a color balm. This is in, I think, Vanilla Bean. And I was trying it yesterday and I think I accidentally put the top on when it was rolled up because it's kind of messed up, but does smell like vanilla bean, smells good. And it's just a normal balm. I think it's good to keep in your purse. Like I said, mine's messed up, so it's kind of gross, but that's fine. Okay, so for my face, I got two options. I did see some Wet n Wild there, which was exciting. So I got the Cover All Cream Foundation. I got the shade 015 Fair. And then they also had a Sassy and Chic BB cream. This is the Beauty Benefit cream. It's multi-action skincare and makeup. I have it in light 1. What I will probably do is put some on each side of my face and we'll just test them both out. I have one concealer. Again, it's from LA Colors. I think I bought it in the shade Nude. The cap is cracked a little bit for me, which is fine, but the packaging was still intact, so I'm comfortable using it. I did find a face primer. I probably should have started with that. Again, LA Colors, it's a smoothing face primer. It's a color correcting one. It's in Cool Pink, which will help brighten my complexion. We'll see if it actually does anything. Bronzer, I picked up it's from Beauty Benefits. It's called Glow with the Flow. I'm not super excited to use this. It looks more like a eyeshadow because it's shimmery. I don't like shimmer in my bronzer. So I will try it out because I love you guys, but I'm not excited about it. Let's see, I got two blushes, again, one from the Beauty Benefits. This is their Lasting Flush Blush in Delicate Pink. This I think looks too pale for me. It honestly looks more like a highlight. So I'll swatch these for you guys as I'm putting them on my face. I also have an LA Colors one. This is in Spice. This looks really pretty. It does come with a little applicator. Oh shoot, I forgot to talk about my setting powders. You guys, I'm not doing great today. I got two, one from LA Colors, one from Beauty Benefits. This is the Beauty Benefits one. It's just a foundation powder. I don't think it has a shade name on it. And then I have an LA Colors one. It looks like this. It did come with a puff, but the puff was pretty cheap. I got it in the shade Nude. This looks a little yellow, so I don't know if it'll work on me. We'll see. And I'm having some difficulty closing the packaging. There it goes. Just something to be aware of. Highlighters. This was really the only thing I could find. It's from Beauty Benefits. It's a little duo, which I will say, I feel like that's so tiny. And there's barely any shimmer. So this might be better as a highlight, maybe for your eyes, like the brow bone in the inner corner, rather than a face highlight. But we'll give it a shot. We'll try it out. So I think that's everything for like actual face products. So I'll move on to brows, eyes, and lips. So they did have a couple of different brow items there. I just picked up the LA Colors. It's just their brow pencil in soft brown, just a standard pencil that you sharpen. They did have like a little trio that kind of looked like a powder and a cream. I'm just not a big fan of products like that, so I'm gonna try the pencil instead. For eye shadows, again, LA Colors. If you guys can't tell, my Dollar Tree had the most variation with LA Colors. So I picked up 2 trios. This one is in, I believe it's Lily. It's more of a smoky trio. Also picked up Orchid, which is more of a taupey color trio. One thing I was excited to find, I found a couple of Flower Beauty products, which I was really shocked by. So this is one of their cream eyeshadows. It's in the color Vine of the Times. So you can see it just has a little stopper, and it's a really pretty green shade. I was swatching them, so that fingerprint in it is mine. It was not open, I swear. And I might try to use that today. You know, St. Patty's Day is coming up, you guys. Maybe I'll do a green eyeshadow look. For an inner corner highlight, this is actually a contour stick from LA Colors. It's called Highlight. I don't personally like the shade for a face highlight, but I think it'd be really pretty in the inner corner. I also saw some Wet n Wild brushes there, which is exciting. So I was experimenting with these yesterday. I apologize, that's why they are dirty. So this is a crease brush. This is the small eyeshadow brush. This is the large eyeshadow brush. And then this little guy is kind of like a liner smudger brush. And I will say something I like about these brushes, they have a little divot here, and that's great for being able to just, your finger sits right in there and you can, you know, go to town. So I really like that. They're synthetic, and I will say, I think the crease brush is probably my favorite out of all of them. The others, I will say, these are very densely packed, so there's not a lot of flexibility to them. So that was everything I had for the eyes. Moving on, I picked up 2 lip products. I'm a little nervous about both of these because of the shades, and I could not find any lip liners to match them. So one of them is this Flower Beauty. It's just like a chubby lip crayon, and I have the shade, it's the Velvet Lip Chubby in Coral Floral. I don't know if I can pull this off, you guys, because I am pasty pale, and coral typically does not look great on me. I usually have to have a little bit of a tan, so we'll see. I also picked up an e.l.f. lipstick. This is in the color Sociable. Again, it's kind of a coral, but it has a little more fuchsia pink in it. I thought that was really pretty. Again, we'll see if I can wear that. Since it does have a little bit of coral in it, I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? I also picked up some lashes. I was trying these yesterday, so again, that's why they look kind of janky on the packaging. These are from LA Colors. It's the 976 Diva style. I will say from wearing these yesterday, I did like them. They're really light on the eyes. I also picked up a little duo of it's the LA Colors Lash Adhesive as I drop stuff. They're just like two little mini ones. I got the white one that dries clear. I'm not gonna use this today. I used it yesterday on the lashes, and my eyelids, you'll be able to see when I zoom you in, are actually a little swollen today. And I think it's because of this. So if I put the lashes on, we'll see, because again, my eyes are a little irritated. I'm gonna be using my own lash glue because I think this made them swollen. You guys, I keep forgetting everything I bought. I forgot to mention the eyeliner. I have the LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. It's just a retractable black liner. Again, I was swatching this yesterday, so it does have a little bit of a flat top right now. I will say from swatching it, it seemed very dry, so we'll see. Okay, I swear that's everything I bought. I did not forget anything else. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we will get started on my face. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in, I pulled my hair back, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put this face mist on first. So let's try the spritzer so I don't, Okay, that actually has a nice little spritz. Can't smell it yet, let's see. Oh, that's really heavily scented. Like, whew, that does smell of cucumbers very strongly. Man, I don't know if I like the scent on this. I like cucumber smelling things, and this has a very strong scent, so I don't know. It gave a nice little sheen to the skin though. It looks very healthy, but oof, that's very strongly scented. They also had a rose one, which I don't personally love the smell of roses, so I can't imagine how strong that would have been. So let's go ahead and put some primer on. I probably got too much, whatever. So I'm just gonna, it's kind of thick for a primer, in my opinion. I feel like it has a little bit of a scent too. Kind of like almost like a perfumey scent, which I don't like that. Typically I don't like scented products on my face. Does my complexion look better? I can't see a difference. It does feel a little tacky on the skin now that I've put it on, which obviously that's the point of a primer. Don't like that it's scented though. So first impression on this is kind of meh. So let's go ahead and put the foundation on. I think I'm gonna put the Wet n Wild on this side, and then I will do the BB cream on the other. You guys, I forgot to mention, I thought I was done with my products. I keep forgetting everything. Oh, that like really popped out. Like, whew, there must have been some air in that container. I did find a beauty sponge that I'm going to use. It's from that Sassy and Chic brand. Here's what it looks like. I did use it yesterday. It's very dense. Personally, I don't like really dense sponges. I feel like we compare everything to the Beauty Blender because that was really the first one that came out. So it's pretty dense. I like my sponges to be a little more squishy. But let's go ahead and blend it in anyways with the sponge. I feel like I have some redness to my skin today, you guys. I'm not sure if it's from that primer. I think it's from that primer. So that's kind of odd. Yeah, I think that's from the primer, you guys. Ooh. So I will say it's blending nicely. Coverage, eh. I feel like it covered some. You can still see like I have this here, I have this here, so it's not covering everything. I don't really want to put more on when I'm testing foundation. I like to do like the one coat and see how it wears and if I have a reaction to it, because I do have really sensitive skin. I would say it's light to medium coverage. So not bad. I like that my skin kind of has a little glow to it. I don't know if that's from the mist or the primer, probably that setting mist. So let's go ahead and use the BB cream on the other side. I have not used this product at all. I kind of tested the Wet n Wild foundation yesterday. So let's just go in with that much. This one does seem thicker on the skin compared to the Wet n Wild. So let's see how this blends. I feel like that's blending out really nicely. I think the coverage is a little more matte on this side compared to this side. And I feel like this is a little bit of a better shade match. I feel like this side's a little too light. I mean, I am pale, you guys, and I can make it work, but just talking about shade match, I think this one's a little better. And I am gonna call out, I had a pretty difficult time finding face products at my Dollar Tree. I'm sure it could have just been my location, but I had trouble finding foundation products. I think these were the only two that I found. Oh wait, I lied. I did see a Flower Beauty. It looked like a BB cream, but they only had it in dark, which obviously that would not have worked on me. But that was the only shade I found in it. So it was a little difficult to find some face products and especially like try to match your skin tone. So just wanted to call that out again. It could have just been my store, but just something to keep in mind. So overall thoughts, I think I like the BB cream a little better actually. I just think it looks a little more natural on this side compared to this side. It just looks very dewy, which I do enjoy dewy looks, you guys, but just first impression, I like the BB cream better. All right, let's go ahead and move on to concealer. So I think I'm gonna do one side first to see if it actually conceals anything. So on first application, I feel like that looks dark. It looks darker to me in the mirror than it does on camera. So let's see if I can get this to blend out. I'm gonna go in with the sponge again. I will say something with this sponge. I don't like how big it is, because if you are a person that uses your sponge to blend out your concealer like I'm doing, it's hard to get it to squeeze and fit that area. Not a big fan of this sponge, you guys. All right, honestly, I don't feel like that really did anything. Like you can see a little bit of a difference, but again, when I look in the mirror, it definitely is settling into my fine lines here. And I don't really feel like it covered that much. That kind of stinks. That's the point of a concealer. So let's go in to this side and see how it looks when both sides are fully done. I will say too, I feel like this concealer is stinging my skin just a little bit. When I blended it out, it was fine, but when it sits on my skin, it's just kind of burning, which that's not great considering it's your under eye area, which is very soft and sensitive. Yeah, you guys, I feel like it's just kind of blending away to nothing. I'm not gonna go in with the second coat because like I said, it's kind of irritating my skin a little bit. Yeah, it's just really settling into my fine lines. Not a fan of that. Maybe I can fix it a little bit with some of the powders I bought. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, generally speaking, I think this side looks a little better to me than this side does. But in general, I feel like this side always looks better. Does anyone else have that where like one side always looks better than the other? Like this side to me, she's got my back. She's my bitch. She's good. This side, it takes so much more work. She's high maintenance. So anyways, going back to the concealer, I'm not a big fan. So probably won't be testing it out much more just because first thoughts, I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing with the powders. I'm gonna probably do the LA Colors on this side and then the Beauty Benefits brand on this one. So I'm gonna use my Real Techniques. This is just the setting brush. I didn't find a ton of brushes there other than those eye brushes. So obviously I'm gonna have to use some of my own for this. I just think I made that look cakey. Oof. I don't really feel like it did anything coverage wise. And like I said, to me up close, I do not like the way this looks. It definitely looks cakey. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but you know, no, not a fan. You guys, I feel like these products so far are a dud. Are there gonna be any I like? All right, let's try the LA Colors. Maybe this one will work better. I think that powder is actually pretty decent. Just first impressions. It's not pulling yellow on my skin like it looks in the pan, which is great. And I feel like it's kind of blurring the area. So I think this powder is definitely doing a much better job than the other one. Again, like, do you see how this looks compared to this? Yeah. Not a decent it's not a decent powder. Not a bad powder for $1. If you're in a pinch, it might be a good investment. Not the best I've ever had, but definitely not the worst either. All right, you guys, it's time for bronzer. I am nervous to use this bronzer because, like I said, it honestly looks like an eyeshadow to me. It has shimmer in it. Why do brands do that? Like, I was only able to find 2 bronzers. This was one of them. The other one was an LA Colors one. The LA Colors one was too dark for me. It also had like a grayish undertone, which with how dark it was kind of weird. And it was also shimmery. Why? I just cannot with shimmery bronzer. So I'm gonna try it, we'll see. But if it's too shimmery, I'm probably gonna use my own, just being honest. Gilmore Girls, anyone? I love this mug so much. I got it off of Etsy if anyone wants it. I just love it so much. I love the snow, so I had to get it. And I love Gilmore Girls. All right, I'm gonna swatch the bronzer. That looks like an eyeshadow. Are you kidding me? That literally looks like a bronze eyeshadow that I would put on my lids. I'm really not looking forward to putting this on my face, you guys. I said I would try. We're gonna try. I don't wanna. All right, I'm going to use my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH02 brush. Obviously, it needs to be cleaned. I've only used it a couple of times, but it looks really dirty. I swear it's not. It's shimmery, you guys. Ugh. I just feel like that's so shimmery. I don't feel like you can really see it on camera. I will keep going with it, but I don't like it. It's just so shimmery. You guys, I don't think I can do it. I hate shimmery bronzer. Maybe I'll use this as an eyeshadow instead. All right, I'm just gonna take the sponge again and try to pat over this area a little bit. And I'm gonna use my own bronzer. Like I said, I cannot with shimmery bronzer. Anyone else? Am I the only one that feels this way? Am I just ranting for nothing? Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced. This is the Natural Face palette. Don't judge me. She is well loved. As you can see, my bronzer is hitting pan. I love it that much. The bronzer inside it is called Sunny Honey. I know this is obviously not from the Dollar Tree, but you guys, I can't with the shimmery bronzer. Just no. No. Okay. I think that will do for bronzer. Side note, if you need a good face palette, highly recommend this. I love it so much. She gets a lot of use. She's a favorite. All right, let's move on as I drop stuff. Let's move on to blush. So let me swatch the blushes for you guys. Yeah, that Beauty Benefits one, legitimately, it's a highlight. So I'll use that as my face highlight. So this one is the LA Colors One in Spice. This is the like delicate whatever in the Beauty Benefits one. Like, that's a highlight. Yeah, that's a highlight. Why would you call that a blush? Okay, I'm going to apply the LA Colors blush in Spice. And I'm using my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH04. You can't tell, a lot of my a lot of my brushes are from Morphe. I just think they're a good option and they're pretty affordable. I mean, they're not gonna last you like 10 years, but I think they're decent brushes. I think we have a good product here, you guys. That's so pretty. I feel like that just gives a really nice sheen and wash of color and a little bit of, can you see that glow? That's really pretty. Okay, first product that I actually really like, this little guy. He's $1. Go run out and buy it. It's really pretty. Okay, so moving on to highlight, I do have that Beauty Benefits blush. That's, come on, it's a highlight. I also have the little duo that I showed you guys earlier, also from the Beauty Benefits brand. Kicks up quite a bit of powder. That's what it looks like. So I mean, I think the pink I could use as, well, I could probably use both of them as a highlight. I think I'll use the duo on one side and then I'll use the blush on the other as a highlight. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M510 brush. I'm gonna use the Beauty Benefits blush first. That's a really pretty sheen. Very pretty. A little more subtle, but she's pretty. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's try the duo. I think I'm gonna try the pinky highlight and see how she applies. I will say that duo is very powdery. Like I just swirled my brush in it and can you guys see all that powder? That's, ooh. A lot of kick up on that girl. Again, she's a nice highlight, like kind of subtle. They're pretty though, okay. So the highlights aren't bad, you guys. Not bad, not bad. I'm actually very pleased about them since I've kind of hated everything else. Okay, I'm gonna move on to brows really quickly before I do my eyes. My God, I didn't even talk about the mascaras. Ugh. I'm sorry, you guys. Apparently the coffee is not kicked in. Ugh. Okay, so here's the brow pencil again. I got it in soft brown. Ew, she's dry. Ugh. I personally don't like really dry brow products. I like it to be a little more creamy. I mean, granted, I don't really shape my brows. I just kind of fill them in where needed. I'm not the biggest fan of brow products. Maybe that will change in 2021, who knows? Where I'm at right now, it's just not my favorite thing. I think part of it is because when I was younger, I overplucked my brows. Anyone else grow up in the 2000s and did that? And I overplucked them to the point where your eyebrow is supposed to start right there where the tip of my pencil is. So I'm missing probably a centimeter of my eyebrow. And every time it tries to grow back in, it just looks so bad. Like I'm not patient enough to allow it to do that. So my brows just are what they are. That's the reason brows aren't my favorite. It's a little fun fact for you guys today. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the little brush part and just comb it through my brows. It's, you know, not a great brush. It's really scratchy and the bristles don't really move at all because they're so small. So this I think is a dud for me. I just think it's too dry. I could not find any eyeshadow primer there out of literally all the stuff they had. Could not find anything. So I'm just gonna use my Ulta. It's the matte eye primer, and that's just what we're gonna use today. Okay, so for eyes, I do have those trios and the contour stick, so I'll go ahead and swatch everything. So the contour stick is right there. Like I said, I think that'll be really pretty for an inner corner highlight. I might use that bronzer on my lids, you guys. We'll see. So here's the trio in Lily. They swatch really beautifully. That silver shade in the middle is very soft and creamy. The other shades, not so much. They're a little harder in the pan. I don't really know if I want to do a super smoky look today, but I don't know. We'll see, you guys. We'll see. So I also have the Trio Orchid. So that's what they look like on the fingers. Here they are swatched. This shade and this one, again, both are very soft. That cream shade really did not swatch at all. It's just kind of blending away into my hand. I mean, again, you guys, these are $1. I think if you need some eyeshadows, like you're in a pinch, it's a great option. So the last thing for eyes is the Flower Beauty product. Wow, this is really creamy, you guys. Really pretty too, just kind of a pale pistachio color. She's right there. Sorry, I feel like she's not really showing up because I'm pale, but really pretty. All right, I think what I'm gonna start with is the Orchid Trio. I'm gonna take this little, it's a matte taupe color, and I'm just going to put that in my crease. So first thought, she's not really showing up on my lids. Let's see if she's buildable. I just feel like the shade is not really showing up very well on my lids. Wish it was a little more pigmented on the eyes. I mean, I think it's applying okay. It's just, I think you have to build her up. Okay, so shade is down. It's okay. Like I said, I wish it was a little more pigmented because you do have to work at her to build her up. I think what I'm gonna do next is take the darkest shade in the Lily Trio, and I'm gonna take the small shadow brush, and we're just gonna try to pack that in the outer corner. So I'm just kind of packing that in. I'm trying to pull it up a little bit into the crease. I think you have to build it up again. So I had to go in twice with my brush to get this pigment. It's not bad, but again, you have to work at it. Okay, so I did notice when I was doing this eye, I feel like the shadow is also a little patchy. Also, side note, I just don't think this is the best brush for outer corner work. I want something usually just slightly smaller than this. So again, like, I think my thoughts so far are just kind of meh. I'm gonna go back in with the crease brush though and blend this out just a little bit. Okay, now the real question is what I wanna do on the lids. Because I have some options. I have the trios, I have the flower pistachio green cream shadow, and then I have the bronzer, which to me looks like an eyeshadow. So what to do? So I think what I'm gonna do is actually take the Flower Beauty, and I'm just gonna use my finger and try to apply it all over the lid. You guys, she's really pretty. I like her. She's really pretty. I like her a lot. So I think what I'm gonna do next, I think I'm actually gonna try to take some of this, lost my train of thought, silver, and just put it kind of where the green meets the dark, it's not really black, it's like gray. It's supposed to be black, it's not a black. Again, I think I'm just gonna take my finger and do that. Oh, that kind of made like almost like a navy, like shimmery blue by doing that. All right, I don't hate it, that's pretty. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for my lid shadow. So I'm gonna take the highlighting crayon and put that in my inner corner. So I will say I feel like the product is not very secure in here. It's definitely like moving around. You can hear it move around when you apply it. So again, like not the biggest deal, just something to be aware of. And it could just totally be mine, but you know, it is $1, so it's probably not gonna be the best packaging. All right, so I'm actually gonna take this kind of white shimmery shade. I'm actually gonna take the applicator that came with it, and I'm just going to apply that onto my brow bone. Just kind of a pale wash, it's pretty. I feel like there's such a stigma around like these little applicators, like people just automatically think they're bad. They're not bad, like you can definitely still apply makeup with them. So, I mean, if you don't have a brush, like I totally could have, I think, just used these to do a makeup look. I will say this white is very powdery. You can see all that powder that I just tapped off. So just something to be aware of. You definitely want to tap off your brush or the applicator, whatever you're using, before you apply. All right, I'm gonna move on to my lower lash line. So I'm gonna take, it's the shimmery shade in the Orchid Trio, and I'm gonna use the liner smudger brush that I bought, and I'm just going to pack that and put it on my lower lash. So I do feel like this shade is a little hard to work with, at least on this brush. I feel like it doesn't transfer very well. I definitely think if you used it on your lid with your finger, it would be better. I mean, it's working. It's just kind of eh. So again, I have an LA liner. This is just a retractable liner. This does feel pretty dry, and to get this pigment, I did have to go back and forth quite a few times. Typically, I like liquid liner. However, the only liquid liner I could find was in the packaging where you unscrew the top and it comes out kind of like a mascara, but the applicator is really tiny. I'm not very talented when it comes to using those. I prefer a pen liquid liner because it's just easy. And like I said, I'm not that skilled to just take it across my lid with that applicator. So I could not find anything like that, which is why I picked up this. We'll see how it works. It's been a long time since I've used a retractable liner on my top lash. We'll see. Let's see how it applies. I don't like this. So I'm gonna wipe off the smudger eyeliner brush, and I'm just gonna try to smudge this a little bit. I feel like the application was not great. I feel like I really had to pull it across my lash to get the product to transfer. And your eye area is so sensitive and soft. You don't want products that you really have to tug on it. So I'm gonna try to smudge it out just a little bit with this. I just feel like I just messed it up, you guys. I'm not a fan, especially towards the inner corner. I don't think it looks great. So let me go ahead and mess up the other eye, and then we'll talk about mascara. I forgot to talk about my mascaras earlier. Face, Meet Palm. You guys, my coffee just has not kicked in, I'm sorry. I picked up two. One is the Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Wear mascara. And then I have the LA Colors Defining Bold Lash. So again, I'm gonna use one on each eye. So the Wet n Wild, the applicator is pretty skinny. Honestly, I kind of like a thicker brush personally, but let's see how the formula is. So this mascara to me kind of seems like a lengthening and separating mascara, which personally I don't really like. I like volumizing mascaras. I will do 2 coats. I'm still going to apply lashes, but I will do 2 coats and see if that helps. Moving on to the LA Colors mascara. I pulled it out and look at all of that product on the end. Ew. So very messy. The wand is very similar to the Wet n Wild one. I'm a little concerned just because it is so short, and I am not a person that can go over and do my lashes like this. I have to turn my wrist I'm not that talented, you guys. If I do it this way, I get it all over. No one wants to see that, and I really don't want to fix that. So let me see how this one applies. The first thoughts, again, this kind of seems like a lengthening and separating one. I don't feel like a lot of product came off on the brush. So let me try 2 coats of both to see if that improves my lashes at all. Okay, so here's 2 coats of the mascaras. Honestly, I really don't like this one, the LA Colors one. I just think it's hard to get the product off of the wand, and I don't want to work harder than I have to, honestly. I'm lazy, you guys. The Wet n Wild one I don't think is bad, it's just not my preference. 2 coats I think definitely made it better, but I just don't think it's a volumizing mascara, and that's what I prefer. So if you like a lengthening and separating mascara, it might work for you, and it's only $1. So not bad, but just not my preference. So I'm going to step away really quickly and put lashes on. Again, I am not very great at applying lashes, so I'm not gonna do that on camera. You guys would laugh at me. I laugh at me when I do it. So let me stick these on real quick and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back from applying the lashes. As I said earlier in the video, I really do like these lashes just first impression. They're very light on the eyes, which I appreciate. I feel like that's always something I really hate about lashes when it's heavy and it just feels like they're weighing your eyes down. It personally makes my eyes really tired when that happens. However, like I said, the glue is just not for me. It did irritate my eyes yesterday. I just used my own lash glue to apply it today, and I think they look really pretty. Slightly dramatic, but I think very wearable still for every day. So the last thing I have are my lip products. So I think what I'm gonna do is try the Flower Beauty Chubby Lip Pencil, because I really haven't used a lot of Flower Beauty, so I'm excited to try it. I just don't know if the color is going to pay off. So let me go ahead and swatch them for you. Okay, so this color is the Flower Beauty Lip Pencil. And then this is the lipstick from e.l.f. Again, in Sociable, and this was Coral Flower. I don't think this is gonna look very good because of the color, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's see. Okay, I cannot pull this off. Definitely too coral for my skin tone. I think if you have a tan or if you have a dark color skin tone, this would look beautiful on you. It just really doesn't work for me. The formula is very nice though. It went on very smoothly, very creamy, very comfortable to wear. So I think I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna try the e.l.f. lipstick instead. I just think that color is gonna be a little bit better. Ooh, my lips are dry now. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that lip balm on just quickly because my lips are parched. All right, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. lipstick now. Hopefully it's a better color. Okay, so I think this is a slightly better color for me. I still don't love it, but I think it's better than the coral was. So I mean, it's okay. I think the formula is good. It's very comfortable. I do wish I had a lip liner just because with a bright color, I'm worried it's going to travel outside the lines, but the formula was very smoothie. It was very smooth going on the lips and it is very comfortable. So I'm gonna take my hair down real quick. I'll zoom you guys back out and then I'll give you my final first impression thoughts on everything I got from the Dollar Tree. Also, before I wrap up, can we just talk about my level of laziness right now? My husband and I just DoorDashed 2 iced coffees from our favorite local coffee place. It's literally probably 7 minutes from our house. We DoorDashed it. It was probably $15 for both of them. We don't care. Our laziness has gotten to that level. And you know what? I'm okay with it. It is what it is. And man, that's really delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna round out this video with my final thoughts, my first impression thoughts on everything. So the facial mist not a big fan. I think the scent is too strong, even though it did give a very nice glow to the skin. The face primer, absolutely not. It made my skin red. I don't know if that's from it being irritated or if it was because it was a color correcting face primer. Either way, I did not like it. I probably won't use that again. Foundation wise, I preferred the BB cream over the Wet n Wild. I'll have to play with them a little bit more to see how they wear throughout the day. I will try to check in later tonight to see how my makeup looks. The concealer, again, not a big fan. It kind of irritated my skin going on, and I just don't think it concealed. I don't think it did anything. So that was a dud for me as well. I don't think I need to harp on that bronzer. You guys know I did not like that. The LA blush though, the LA Colors blush was really good. I think that was beautiful. The other blush, it's a highlight. I think it's beautiful as a highlight. The actual highlighting duo, I think is just fine. It's good for a subtle highlight. The eyeshadows, I think the inner corner highlighting stick was good. The trios I think are just kind of meh. I think I'm gonna have to play with them a little bit more, but when I put my lashes on, I thought they were kind of patchy. The Flower Beauty cream product I thought was really nice. Again, I'll have to see how it wears, but first impressions, I liked it. The brow pencil and the eyeshadow pencil, I did not like either of them. I just think they were too dry and just kind of hard to work with. The mascaras, I did not like the LA Colors. I thought the wand was just way too small. The Wet n Wild I don't think is bad, it just wasn't my preference as I said earlier. The sponge I did not like, the brushes I thought were fine. The lashes, I like the lash glue, hard no. And oh yeah, I have a finishing spray, so let's put that on real quick. No scent on the finishing spray, so again, we'll see how it makes my makeup look. But yeah, that was everything. So guys, that is everything I had for today's video. I apologize, it was a long one. I was not anticipating it on being that long. So if you made it through all the way, kudos to you, and I appreciate it so much. As always, if you liked it, please give it a cheesy thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You can join my little Jonesy fam. I would love to have ya. And as always, whoever you are, guy, girl, whether you thumbs up or you thumbs down, I just appreciate that you were here and you watched my content. I appreciate it so, so much. So that's all I had for you guys today. I will see you in my next video. Bye.